Something is worth what someone is prepared to pay for it. And my encouragement to you, if you're struggling tonight, particularly in the area of self-image or self-worth, a lack of self-worth or a low self-image, that you need to hear tonight that your worth and your value is determined by that which someone is prepared to pay for you. And the price that was paid for you was the very lifeblood of Jesus Christ. And so my challenge and my encouragement to you, and I know that self-image and self-worth stuff can be a real vicious cycle. It can be a real deep thing. I'm not papering over this and lessening it. I understand, and I've been there, and it's hard. But actually, the only place we should get our worth and our value is from the person who made us. We used to do this demonstration when we did youth talks with a £5 note and a £10 note, and we'd say, how much is this note worth? And they'd all shout, oh, it's worth £10. And I'd be like, no, it's worth £5. And they'd be like, no, it's 10. And no, it's 5. And I did this once in a Young Offenders Institute that we used to go to and do ministry. And I said, well, what if I rip it up? And I went to rip it up. And all the boys were like, no, don't rip it up. And they made such a raucous that all the prison guards outside thought there was a riot. And they all came running in. That's great. That's my little claim to fame, that I managed to get people so riled up in a sermon that the prison guards thought it was a riot. You guys could learn something from that, just saying. So, and we always used to say that, we'd go through this whole rigmarole and we'd stamp on it and we'd make it dirty and we'd screw it up. And we'd get to the point with them where we say, why is this £10 note worth £10? And we get to the point over time that it's worth £10 because the bank that made it, said it's worth £10. And that's the point. The only person who gets to say what you're worth is the one who made you. No matter how much you're crumpled or how dirty you feel looking at the crisp £10 note next to you, you're worth what the person who made you says you are worth. It started right in the garden. The serpent said to Eve, didn't he? If you eat that, God doesn't want you to eat that because if you eat that, you'll be just like him. And I've said this before, that's the biggest lie ever. She was already like him. She was made in the image of God. And from that point onwards, we've been living under that lie that somehow we need someone else to tell us what we're worth, someone else to tell us who we are. And the truth is that we'll never really understand who we are until we understand whose we are. And we get that sense of worth and value and identity. One of the roles of a father is to give you your identity. That's why you take your father's name in the natural. It's a prophetic symbol of you get your identity from your father. That's what I'm doing with Jess and Grace. That's one of my great privileges and joys, is to give them their sense of identity, to tell them who they are, to look them in the eye and say, you are beautiful. You are amazing. You are made in the image of the Father.